Because if you don't have a sense of humor in this business, you may as well get out now too, or work for Charlie Trotter. Okay, let's face it. In the kitchen, we are working with knives, many knives, sharp objects, many blunt objects, and boiling liquids and flames. My cooks need to get along together, okay? I can't have feuds in the kitchen. I can't have a simmering, resentment that's just waiting for, one overcooked order of flounder to, set off apocalypse now. Can't have it. Can you get along with others, at least during the work, during the service period? You want to shank each other after work on the subway, be my guest. Finally, do you have a sense of humor? Because if you don't have a sense of humor in this business, you may as well get out now too, or work for Charlie Trotter. You have to be used to and inured to the fact that you are working in a business where the very day that the boss tells you, I'm sorry, we're going to have to lay off some of the minimum wage prep cooks and one of the dishwashers you desperately need. We're really going through some tough times. And at the same time, their Russian prostitute girlfriend drives up in a new Jag they just bought them. Hey, that's the restaurant business. If you're the sort of person who's going to go home freaked out at how unfair, how horribly, horribly unfair and grotesque that dichotomy is, you are not going to last in the restaurant business. Because it is another argument for people from other countries. It is why people like me, when they're looking down that line and thinking, well, gee, am I going to take some sensitive young soul out of cooking school, grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth, outraged by unfairness, injustice, and inequality, and are going to go home grinding their teeth and railing at God, every time they see that? Or am I going to, spend my time? Wait a minute. My dishwasher's been with me a long time. He comes from a culture where he knows life is unfair. He calls the cops, they rob him. He comes from a culture where food is already important, where he's already, chances are, responsible for other people. Maybe family members back in Mexico, family members here, comes from a culture that revolves largely around food, who's used to looking after others, and who is also used to the fact that of la puta vida, of this bitch of a life. It comes from a culture where they write songs about it, who can find beauty and irony and something to even, something beautiful in this often tragic and almost always unfair world. Hugely, hugely important.